Hey guys, I'm Lisa from theScore Esports, and I'm here with CLG support player Aphromoo. So to talk about this game, I wanted to start off with the pick and bans because I thought it was really interesting how Xmithy got Nidalee, Darshan got Graves, and Altec got Kalista. So these are champions that are really overpowered now. So how did the pick and how did you not ban Kalista, and how did you guys end up getting those overpowered champions?
Well, usually when you go into a week of practice, if someone has an answer to a power pick in the first pick and then 1-2 right after, then usually you don't have to worry about it if your teammate is confident that they can play into it. So we were confident to give Altec Kalista and didn't have to really worry about it. And really, draft is just about, okay, what's the most OP we're going to pick first? And Nidalee has been the most OP since forever. So yeah. And then the 1-2 on their side, they did Trundle and Kalista. And we were okay with that. So usually it's just about comfortability for our players as well as what we value more, and don't worry about giving up.
So with those champions always being banned in games, how do you guys practice these champs? Is there even a point in a way practice these champs when they're almost always banned?
They're almost always banned in scrims too. So most of the time, it's hard to get practice on anything meta if it's really, really broken. So, I mean, usually it's like you got to take individual time to practice champions in solo queue or something like that.
Wow. So, also on pick and bans, this game we saw Quan on Shen support. So, what are your thoughts on Shen support? Have you tried it?
No. And I think it's really, really lackluster. Shen has his Q that he has to move around to trade in bottom lane. He has to land his taunt and then the dodge zone. But if you just play around that in space really well, there's not much he can do other than ulti across the map to screw over your team. But we kept pressure on him the whole game, so he wasn't able to do anything whatsoever besides, a couple taunt flashes here and there.
So, on that note, it sounds like NRG kind of wanted to build a comp to kind of focus on a specific lane. In this case, perhaps the top lane.
Yeah.
Do you think that was their plan going in?
NRG, usually they counter mid, so they save counter pick for mid in the draft today. I don't really think they were going for the counter top lane because they first picked their top laner into blinding. They blinded their top laner into picking support right after, so we knew 2 lanes that was already picked in the draft. And so, I mean, they tried to do the mid counter pick, and I'm pretty sure Moon was camping mid the whole game. So that was their game plan, but it wasn't really successful since we killed everyone else on their team.
So CLG has been growing this reputation as a split pushing team.
Okay.
I'm sorry, surprise.
Yeah, very surprised.
Do you think that's actually an advantage or disadvantage for you guys?
I think people look into it too much at face value. They don't see the behind the scenes stuff. So even though we're a split pushing team, essentially, my bad.
It's okay.
It's just that we know how to play safe with our pressure. And, if Darshan has all the pressure from the early game, we're going to, not let go of our lead and allow him to snowball the game so that we can win. And if it means that, we have to play safe and sacrifice some things so that, another person can get ahead, we value that a lot. And, if we're ahead, we expect Darshan to do the same thing, and he does. And that's just a part of being a team, essentially. But people view it as split pushing because Darshan is so damn good at messing up the other top laner. You can't use profanity anymore.
No. You're cleaning up your act.
Team rules, so.
Is that why Tony's sitting in the background there?
Yep.
All right, now moving. So going into playoffs, it is switching to the best of 5 format. Yep. So how do you think your team? How do you think how do you think the team performs under a best of 5 format compared to the best of 1?
We did best of 3s in IM. Yeah. We also did best of 5 in IM San Jose as well. And even though that was the beginning, I thought it was really fun. And that we have a lot of experience with our head coach in drafting, so we're able to definitely adapt if we think something is a problem. But first, people have to, give input that it is a problem in the first place. So it's just about for me, improving our rookies up to the level where everyone, is the same game knowledge-wise, confidence, trust in your teammates, so that we're able to, go through a series and not have to worry about little problems like that. But coming into playoffs, I do think we're going to do really well, and I'm excited to get the bye for semifinals when we go 2-0 tomorrow.
Very confident. And actually, that's perfect because I wanted to ask you, in the case that you guys have to play that tiebreaker, it's going to be against C9.
Yeah.
How confident are you going into that possible matchup?
Into C9, if we do have to go into a tiebreaker, I think it's going to be just as intense as the last time we played them, where they were doing pretty well at engaging. Rush was going off. They had LeBlanc, Alistar, and we were getting caught left and right. But we cleaned that up a little bit more, and I don't think we'll lose at all.
The tiebreaker, is it a best of one or best of, do you know?
Best of one.
Ooh, I was going to say if it was more than like one game, you guys have an advantage or not, but you guys are confident going the best of one with them?
Yeah, definitely. Usually you don't know if you're going to play them, so it's like the potential to play them. So I don't expect them to have, something specifically prepared for like a third game on the weekend.
And now you mentioned before your amazing coach. So since Tony has joined the team, I feel like you guys have actually changed the way you guys like drafted. It's become more definitely complex. Not to say these nice things with him sitting right there, but what has he added to the team?
Well, when Tony first came in, he was the analyst, so to speak, got the head coaching position last split.
Yeah.
So when he was the analyst, he definitely did a lot of the grunt work, which our analysts now do, which would be evaluating the enemy team we're going to play against, what their tendencies are, what their most likely style of play is going to be, what they focus on. It's like top side control, mid side control, whatever. Yeah. And then he'd usually give input towards specific players on individual traits that are weak so you can improve on it. So that's what he used to do as an analyst. Now, we have analysts that do that now. So Tony, as a head coach, can more so focus on draft. And he had to do draft when he was an analyst as well, which was a lot of work put on him. But now it's a lot better, as we saw at Madison Square Garden. We won. And Tony definitely, I would say, from previous coaches, is able to confront people to get them to talk about what they value in picks, how they want to play the game, and definitely is a facilitator in that regard.
You mentioned how he was the one who told each player what they needed to fix. So what has Tony told you that you had to fix, or what were your weaknesses?
Well, a weakness showed today that Tony has told me to fix many times is not walk in to get vision by myself.
101, League 101. Sorry. Yeah. But okay, so in commemoration of the end of the spring split, I wanted to do kind of like a mini award show. So which champion do you think was the most impactful this split?
Over the whole split?
This whole split.
One champion.
Yep.
Poppy.
Okay. Why?
Poppy is disgusting. And there's a lot of Poppy players in LCS right now. Hanser was one. Impact plays it really well. Who else plays Poppy? I have no idea. But Poppy, just legitimately probably the most impactful champion when the tank meta came around. It's the type of tank that can still do a lot of damage and beat the bruisers consistently. But if he gets on your backline, it's like you're dead anyway. So it's like he's an assassin and the tank and the bruiser for some reason. So
that award goes to Poppy.
Poppy.
Now, which item was the most impactful or broken this split?
Most impactful item? Well, all I buy is Sightstone, so...
Always impactful.
Sightstone, the most impactful item this split.
All right, spoken like a true support. And now, for this season, who do you think, disregarding your own team, who do you think will be most likely to win MVP?
On my team or the split?
Not including your team. Like, that's too easy for you. Come on.
All right.
MVP
of the split.
Someone that maybe surprised
Adrian
you.
Or Rainover?
Both from Immortals.
Yeah, one of those.
Okay, and now rookie of the split.
Oh, rookie of the split. Can I pick my team?
Okay, we'll do two answers. Let's do two answers. One your team and then one not on your team.
All right. Who here is 6A? You see that? There we
Okay.
go.
Wow.
And then not on the team. I have no idea who's a rookie. Let me think about this. Who is a rookie?
Let's see. TIP Echo Fox has a bunch.
Echo Fox. Who's on Echo Fox?
We have big. We have hard.
This is too hard.
Really? No. Team Liquid. There's people. A lot of people are talking
Team
about
Liquid.
Dardock.
There we go. Dardock or Matt. Boom.